Our one friend, whose name I can't say, but you know him, he was telling me that he had either a friend or a friend of a friend that took this job, and you just, like, go out to the middle of fucking nowhere for 6 months, and you basically barely have to do anything other than just be there just in case. And you get a little room to yourself and free internet. I'm just like, the amount of disinfecting I would do when I got there and when I left.
Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and you. I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather
You wanna do this one ASMR style?
Hey, Internet, ready to do some cocaine? It's Highway 47, we're watching Scarface. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, we're watching Captain Scarface from 1953. And with me, as always, is Vomit.
Hey, I wasn't ready for you to take the lead there.
Yeah, that's the way I do, and my name's Scrodrick, if I didn't tell you, because I didn't. Because I was ready to do some cocaine, and, well... That's all I got.
All you got is cocaine. This is
all I have, damn it.
This is gonna be an episode.
And somehow I lost the IMDb score for this. Oh, I don't know.
You would have no idea that it's 4.7. Or that this movie came out October 15th, 1953. Or that nobody f***ing bothered to rate this on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Man, tonight is a night of distractions.
Yeah. Don't watch this movie, get distracted by something else.
Well, my cat is needing its cat bed, but it's going around in circles now, going around the entire bed. Like on the outer rim.
It's checking for bed bugs.
No. Like, oh god.
How do we watch
I'm halfway concerned I've awakened something in this cat, which is weird because she's spayed and she's a she, and she's also like 13.
Everybody needs a hobby.
Okay. Just
How do
like
we-
Shaggy's mom's old cat that would a pillow every time I was over there.
How do we watch this movie and not think about what you just said?
Well, well, hopefully if all goes well, you won't have to worry about it. You just have to, like, keep watching along with us right now.
Right now?
Because this is our public domain film, and we're starting it in 5. No.
Oh, I got to the play button. I'm the person that's to sync the video to it, so won't upset me as the editor. Are you emotionally ready?
No, never.
Alright, this is Captain Sadface, and we're watching it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There it is. Okay.
I was scared.
I was like, it isn't working.
Yeah, I was about ready to ask if you had... Steve Harrison's name is misspelled. I was about to ask if you had video.
All these people.
These
John
people-
Mylong.
And Charles Lang comes right after John Mylong.
Ding like long.
Thanos. Bubbles.
And Norbert. I'm expecting Norbert to make a comeback and people naming their kids.
Yeah. Why do you have to out Dracofunk's kid's name like that?
Huh. I'm glad that like you guys have named your kids fairly normal names. Like, well, not fairly normal names.
Well, Godzilla speed ran that one.
Oh, good.
That is the kindest sounding gun I have ever heard.
At least bullets lose most of their energy as soon as they hit the water, so...
Good thing they killed him while he was above.
I mean, if he happened to still be alive and happened to still, like, be able to get up and get air at some point, he might still be alive. Like, wash up on shore. Wait. What?
Mr. Perro, at what time are we to be finished loading?
We'll be lucky if we finish before sundown.
Oh, he has a holder
Of
for his
course we will be
cigarette.
finished.
He's a fancy
We are moving
man.
according to plan.
Ah,
You seem to be worried, Mr. Perro.
I am.
Why?
I don't like the idea of taking passengers with us. It's too much of a risk to take.
If I cancel their passage, questions would be asked. Questions I am afraid I could not answer satisfactorily. It would be a bigger risk not to take them. And you do not worry about taking risks, Mr. Perro.
No. But I still think it's a big mistake to leave Clegg behind.
You have a radio man. Have no need for two.
so far we've
Besides, I
got
do not
loaded
think that
bananas
Clegg would like going with us.
and
Where is he?
passengers.
Check in the cabins.
Passengers that we will know
Arrangements have been
exactly
made
how
for
big
Mr.
they are.
Clegg. I can promise you
On
he will
account of all
cause
the
us
bananas.
no trouble.
We'll be down to the micron in the scale that we can measure.
The micron banana scale. The boat door inspector?
He's there testing their doors. It's like, man, no doors in here. He's checking for an infestation. Gotta make sure there aren't any up here. Oh. Gotta
Sorry.
watch out for those vampire doors. Got silver bullets in that gun.
Disappoint me, Mr. Clegg. I have always considered you a man with nerves of steel.
I don't like anybody sneaking up behind me like that.
My dear man, I did not sneak up behind you. I merely opened the door and
Door!
there you were.
You could have knocked.
Next time I will, perhaps.
You won't ever be seeing me again, Captain. And I won't ever be seeing you again. Can't say that'll upset me any. You just pay me the rest of my money. I'll be on my way.
You have checked the entire ship?
Yeah, I checked. Couldn't find a single thing wrong. I'll bet if Captain Gano walked on deck, he'd swear it was his ship.
But Captain Gano will never walk the deck again. Will he, Mr. Clegg?
Captain...
There is nothing to be afraid of now, Mr. Clegg.
Captain, guy who was killed
Your
at the
job
beginning of the
is
movie? Was that his name?
Stinking job it was.
Probably.
Yes, that is why you were so well paid.
I ain't been paid yet.
Tell me, Mr. Clegg, now that you are a comparatively rich man, where do you
My
intend...
plans are no concern of yours. Just give me my money and I'll be on...
I do not have the money.
What's that?
Now, do not excite yourself, Mr. Clegg. You will get your money, of course.
I want it now.
Mr. Clegg, no matter where you go eventually, you will have to start from San Brejo, will you not?
Yeah?
Well, then that is it. There is a Mr. Kroll staying at the Los Rios Hotel. He will be expecting you. He will pay you.
If I don't get my money from this Mr. Kroll, your ship will be picked up before she clears Brejo Gulf.
Ah, but you will be paid.
What's this Mr. Kroll look like?
I do not have the slightest idea. I've never
4
met
inches
Mr. Kroll.
tall.
If you've
A
never
crow.
met him, what makes you think he'll pay me?
Please, Mr. Clegg.
He likes
you
shiny
have nothing
things.
to worry about. I have had business dealings with Mr.
Or
Kroll,
he's also,
even though we
like,
have never met.
A pile
He
of
will take
giblets.
very good
He's been
care of
kicked
you.
through an engine. You know?
Hurry.
Oh no.
He likes blades, though.
What a set. What a set. Are you Mr. Crow?
Sam Wilton. What the devil
Gotta
are you
love
doing
women's
feeding some
hairstyles
bear?
from
I came
you
by
know the
to see you,
50s,
man.
where
Why are you
it
shaking
probably
with
took
your
them
left hand?
an hour to get it like that.
Is the bullet still in there?
Oh, no. I stopped by Saraguro and doctor. He took it out. It's a little stiff, but it's okay. Look, Manuel, will you give me a drink?
Who'd want to shoot you, Sam?
Moyendo.
Moyendo, but why he want to shoot you? You have run
You've
his
asked a lot
plantation
of
for nearly
questions.
5 years. Moyendo always speak very well
We've
of
seen
you. Why, he felt like
5
an uncle
characters.
to you.
Yeah, but his wife...
One got
didn't
shot.
feel like my aunt.
I
Possibly
see.
this guy.
Moyendo is a very jealous man.
Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
amount
I
of
know.
people that
Well,
have been shot in this
there are a lot
movie
of
is
plantations that
50%
need a
so
good
far.
farmer like you. You have nothing to worry about, Sam.
Look, Manuel,
Oh, no, I guess
I've
not
got quite a bit to worry
50%.
about.
Shot or pulled a gun
Is
out.
Moyendo here in Sambrejo?
No, he's still up at the plantation. But I am in trouble and I need help, Manuel.
Sure, Sam.
So he just
What
got
can I
scared
do?
in this movie. It was
I gotta get back to the
1953
States.
after
Oh, that
watching
is
White
simple.
Pongo.
When
I'm
do you want
afraid
to
of
go?
anything
Well, the
from...
first boat that leaves here.
The baños leaves tonight.
Good. I want you to put me right on board.
Well, I don't need this much, Sam. You give me your passport and
Well, I
I'll...
don't have a passport. That's why I gave you this extra money. You can get me one, can't you?
But where is your passport?
Well, it's still back there at the plantation. I don't feel like going back to get it.
Yes. Moyendo has very big temper. All right, Sam. I go to the office to make a call. I'll be right back.
All right, the bar's unguarded.
Yep, you run the bar.
She seems important
Hey,
to the plot.
Manuel,
He is just staring at her, so...
who's the girl?
Miss Jäger.
Staying here?
Yeah, she's been here about a week.
She's a very beautiful woman, Manuel.
Yes, and Moyendo's wife is also a very beautiful woman. Sam, you appreciate too many women. You'd be much better off to appreciate just one woman. Maybe then you would not always be in trouble.
Look, Manuel, when you get me the passport...
How
don't
many
get it under
times have
my
you been
own
shot
name.
over
Use
a
name
woman
Smith
again?
or Jones or anything but
Let
Wilton.
me count.
Sam, there is something you're not telling me.
I'll tell you all about it when you come back. But remember, if you don't get me the passport, I'm in trouble. Understand?
I'm gonna come back with a passport or a gun.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Manuel. Mr. Dilts would like to talk to you.
Of course. Is there something wrong, Mr. Dills?
Yes, Manuel, there is. Did you sell this, whatever you call it, to my wife?
Yes, it is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, I think so. My husband doesn't, though.
Manuel, I have enjoyed my stay at your hotel, and I will gladly pay the bill, which I might say is very high for what your hotel has to offer. But I refuse to pay $25 for this ridiculous piece of crockery. So if you will please take it back, I will...
Oh,
I
Fred,
want that.
please.
I will
want
buy
it.
that for
I've
$25.
never seen anything
Yeah.
quite like this before.
That is a
It'll
fantastic
make a
piece of
wonderful
crockery.
souvenir of our trip to South America. Oh,
Probably
please,
very
Fred.
radioactive.
I'm sorry, Kate. I will not pay $25 for this ridiculous-looking turtle. Why, it isn't worth...
Mr. Dills, would you be willing to pay $15 for it?
No, Manuel, I wouldn't.
Oh, Fred, please.
What an asshole.
Oh, very
Somebody
well,
shoot
Kate.
him.
Well, now that that's settled, we'd like to pay our bill. We're leaving on the bunions tonight.
Certainly, Mr. Crofton. Come with me.
There's a good chance he might get shot. I mean, he's in this movie.
Fingers crossed. Oh. Oh.
We know he has a gun.
Is there a Mr. Crowell staying here?
I don't know. Why do you want to see him?
take it you know Mr. Crow. Where is he?
Are you a friend of his?
No way. Did a favor for him once.
Mr. Kroll hasn't arrived yet.
When he does, tell him Mr. Clegg wants to see him.
Okay. Let me write that down. What was the name again? Mr. Clegg?
Yeah, sure.
Are you feeling all right?
Oh, man.
I am Manuel, proprietor of the Los Rios Hotel.
How do you do? We would like 2 rooms.
Of course. How long do you intend to stay?
We have passage booked on the Baños. Do you know when the Baños is leaving?
It is leaving tonight.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I heard your background music and I just had to come hug you.
Yes.
Unless that noise was the sound of the gates opening, in which case
It's been a long
I need to set that up in my own house.
Still can't believe that you're here. I was so worried.
I'm really here. Thanks to Mr. Kroll.
Miss Yeager,
I just realized I have
we are
everything
leaving
set up to
tonight for
play
the
a
United
fanfare when the
States.
front door opens.
And I think it would be wise for your father to get
Might
some rest.
actually
He's
just
traveled
do
a long
that.
way and he's very tired.
We have so many things to talk about, Father. Hardly know where to start.
Mr. Kroll, do you know that man?
I've never seen him before.
He said he wanted to talk to you. His name is Clegg.
Oh, yes. I'm very anxious to have a talk with Mr. Clegg. Mr. Yeager, you have some rest. I will join you later.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You wish to see me, Mr. Clegg?
That's right. Captain Scarface told
I'm
me.
afraid I don't know anyone by that name.
You do know Captain Tregner.
Yeah, I know him.
Well, that's who I'm talking about. He told me you'd give me $5,000.
I will, Mr. Clegg.
Well, just hand it over and I'll be on my way.
I have the money in my suitcase. You're staying on the Los Rios, Mr. Clegg?
Till I get my money, I am.
I will bring you the money to your room tonight.
Okay.
Just now so I can leave.
You certainly took your time getting back here.
Yeah, well, I got into 7 brawl fights in the way.
Well, what are you looking at me like that for? Look, I haven't got time to play games. I gotta get the passport. Did you get it? Why not?
You know why. You told me Mollendo shot you, but you didn't tell me that you shot Mollendo.
Well, you didn't ask me who I shot. You only asked me who shot me.
You must be crazy. Mollendo is one of the richest men in all South America. If they catch you, you'll spend the rest of your life in jail.
Well, if I hadn't shot him, he'd have killed me. He'll be all right in a few weeks. I only shot him in the leg.
You cannot stay here, Sam. Mollendo has notified every governor of every province
That's what I figured. See, that's why I asked you to get the passport.
You cannot stay here, Sam. Everybody knows we are friends. The police will come here looking for you. If they find you here, Manuel will be in trouble.
Okay, Manuel. I'll leave in the morning.
I'm sorry, Sam. I wish I could help you.
Get it, Manuel. I'll leave in the morning.
No, just you get out. Just now. Does nobody understand now?
No.
Said he wasn't hungry.
They'll do it later
Is he all right?
after something.
I think
We'll
so.
explain later.
He's changed so very much. He looks so old.
He has been through a great deal since you last saw him.
Yes, I know. I don't quite know how to thank you for all you've done.
I don't want any thanks or gratitude. I consider myself very fortunate to have been in a position to help your father.
I didn't think I'd ever see him again. It's been 8 years, Mr. Kroll. Sometimes I gave up hope that he was still alive.
Miss Jaeger,
We're
please.
almost a quarter of the way through this
You
movie,
shouldn't
and
dwell on the
most of the
past.
movie has been
The only concern should be
somebody
with the
getting
future.
shot,
I
somebody
know
getting with a
a
gun,
man will do it.
and later.
Bend the past
Yeah,
and brighten the future.
wait.
Excuse me?
Something will happen after a while.
Yes, sir. I've spent just about as much time down here in this part of the country as I have in the States. As a matter of fact, if I could have gotten someone to stake me back in the 30s, I'd have been a multimillionaire by now.
Well, I don't know anything about mining or
South America. This is our first trip.
She really likes that turtle.
Well,
no, I kind of like that turtle.
All you have to
a lot
do is
better than
find
her
it. I'm
husband.
going to do that before I die, I promise you.
Fair.
I'm sure you will.
Maybe I don't like the
say,
turtle as
Fred.
much as she seems to like.
Here,
the
here's
turtle.
one of my cards. If you find anybody back home that
She's
has a
like,
little
look
money
at the
they
shape
wanna
of that
invest,
head.
drop me a line.
I don't know why I like this turtle so much. He looks so uncomfortable on his back.
$15.
You can buy a whole house for that.
Sam Wilton. I saw you when you came in this morning. It was quite a reunion. Miss Yeager seemed mighty pleased to see the old gentleman. Are you staying?
I came in here to order 2 drinks, not to make your acquaintance.
Don't bridle, Fred. It's only trying to make conversation. If you don't feel like small talk, I won't make with any.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
Not a thing. It's on the house.
Not a very good bartender.
Nope.
You're a very impatient man, Mr. Clegg. I will be up in your room in a few minutes.
I don't like to be kept waiting, Mr. Crow.
Please shoot
Miss
him.
Yeager, I think it would be
Somebody
wiser not to board the banyas together.
will get shot in
Why?
the movie.
Surely you don't anticipate trouble now that we've come this
No,
far.
not at all. But we can't be too careful.
Please don't keep anything from me. I know there's something wrong. Why do you have to speak to Mr. Clegg?
Believe me, there's nothing to be alarmed about. I will admit that Mr. Clegg is not one to inspire you with confidence. But Miss Yeager, in order to help your father to escape, I was forced to deal with many men, even more unsavory than Mr. Clegg.
Okay.
Without their help, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we are now.
Yeah, without their help, we wouldn't have gotten, you know,
I
blah,
don't
blah, blah. But I'm gonna make
Surely
him
Father's
wait
safe
and
now.
angry.
You underestimate your father's
He
importance.
seems very untrustable.
He won't be safe until he
I'll get him
sets
later.
foot on American soil. And that day...
Yeah, why
is
would
not
you
too
pay
far.
someone to shoot somebody else and then piss them off?
Ladies and gentlemen, the car is here to take you to the baños. I hope you have all enjoyed your stay at De Los Rios, and I hope you will all return to South America again. And when you do, remember, you are always welcome at De Los Rios.
Thank you very much.
Very nice, Daddy. Oh, yes, I must.
Take the turtle. Not your suitcases.
Monsieur, talk as little as possible with the other passengers. You will find that Americans are very talkative. When you board the baños, stay in your cabins until I arrive. Please.
I do get a little excited whenever I see the cigar burns in these movies.
Did he ever go pay the dude, or is he just gonna leave?
He's just... well, he said he's going to be later, so...
Driver, I would like you to come back here at 10 o'clock.
Ah, there we go. Man, made the guy wait till...
Mr. Crow, I thought you were going too. I put your luggage in the back of
It's all right, Manuel. I wanted my luggage to go on ahead.
All my money was in there.
Gotta fight to the death first.
It is the
Come
door
in.
inspector.
Did you see, Mr. Kroll? I was expecting you.
If you will please put that gun away, we can get on with our little transaction.
This won't interfere with our transaction. All you have to do is count out $5,000, leave it on that table, turn around and leave. It's a very simple transaction.
No, Mr. Clegg, it's not as simple as that.
What's complicated about it?
You. Men like you cause the most trouble in the world.
Shoot him.
I despise men like you.
I'm not interested
Shoot
in your
him.
feelings. All I want's my money.
I know.
He did a job. He wants paid.
Have you ever done anything in your life except for money?
No. I'm not going to start now.
Tell me, Click. You must have worked with Captain Gunner and his crew for a good many years. And many of them must have been your friends.
I've no need for friends.
I know.
Only needs for money.
But how did it
shooting
feel
you
to kill Captain Gunner and his
and not
crew
in that
just
order,
to get
please.
some...
I didn't kill them.
Oh, let's not quibble about degrees of guilt. If it were not for you, those men would still be alive.
You didn't come here to give me a lecture. I'm waiting for my money.
Are you positive there are no survivors?
Only the one you're looking at.
Good. Mr. Click, you are not going to get any more money. In fact, you are not going to leave this room alive.
You're not in a very good position to make threats like that. Now, one move out of you, Crow, and I'll keep pulling this trigger till you're so heavy you won't be able to stand up.
Okay.
Once or twice?
What are you waiting for?
Just wondering how much you got paid for your part in this.
I was paid nothing.
No?
I am
How
in
about
fact
Captain
flat
Scarface?
broke.
How much did he get?
Nothing. This may come as a surprise to you, Click. But many men do things merely because they believe in what they are doing.
I imagine he'll get paid plenty if the Banos reaches the Panama Canal.
You know more of our plans than I realized.
Now maybe you'll change your mind about paying me.
The money is in my inside coat pocket. Will you try to get it? Or will you permit me to?
Move very slowly, Crow. Take the money out of your pocket and throw it on the bed.
Throw slowly, though, so... Turn around. Turn around. Shh.
There you go. Good. There, get the other gun. You just used up all your bullets, dude. Like...
Stay where you are, Manuel. Get over by the wall, Manuel. Turn around, Manuel.
No. Get the other gun.
No. Okay, good. Manuel's like the only character I've liked so far.
Manuel's gonna ice his ass, though. And out of ammo.
I know action scenes have escalated over the years. Manuel is not.
Oh, nope, you got him.
He killed Mr. Crow. He picked up quite a bundle, too. Too bad he won't be able to spend it.
I had better take care of that money, Sam. Come with me.
Good job.
Oh, Manuel.
Did you know Clegg very well?
No, but he has worked out of this port for many years.
Yeah, he must have been in some kind of business with Kroll here. I saw him talking in the arcade this afternoon. Kroll was apparently a very close friend of Mr. Yeager and his daughter.
Well, I better go downstairs and call the police.
Wait a minute.
What did you find?
Oh, nothing important, just his passport here. Look, when the police come, you gonna turn that money over to him?
Of course I am.
Why? Nobody knows about it except me. Do me a favor.
What?
Well, you ought to be able to fix it so that my picture's sitting here instead of Kroll's.
Well, I'll better take care of that tomorrow.
No, I gotta have it tonight. I'm going back to the States on the Banos.
What? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You said Mr. Yeager and his daughter were a very good friend of Mr. Kroll. They'll know that you
I'd
are
rather
not...
be in a jam with Miss Yeager than I would with Mayenda.
Don't worry, I'll lay on the charm. She won't care.
We will cast off as soon as he comes aboard.
Why didn't he come down with the old man and the girl?
I do not know.
No! Don't smoke next to the bananas! Didn't you learn your mistake from your last mistake?
I mean, have you seen potassium ignite spontaneously? Pretty scary. And those are bananas from, well, just recent post-nukes.
That's right.
And
may I see your passport, please?
Super bananas. I don't know.
I am Captain Tregdor. This is Mr. Perro, my first mate.
How do you do?
Come with me, Mr. Kroll. I will show you to your cabin. Mr. Clegg got in touch with you, I suppose?
Yes, he did.
Did he give you much trouble?
Yes, quite a bit.
That is too bad. Where is Mr. Clegg now?
Not alive.
I imagine he's in the morgue at San Breo.
That is a very safe place for Mr. Clegg to be. That is Mr. Yeager's cabin. This is the girl's. And this is yours. As soon as we get underway, come to my cabin. We have many things to discuss.
Oh, Captain Tregner, I haven't had any sleep since I arrived in San Breo. I wonder if you'd mind if I...
Oh, certainly, certainly. Sleep as late as you like. We will have plenty of time to talk tomorrow. Sleep well, Mr. Crow.
Thank you.
Oh. Has Yeager become at all suspicious?
No, no. Not at all.
Good.
I, however, am quite suspicious now.
Yeah, what the f***'s happening?
Over there is one of the prettiest little towns you ever laid your eyes on.
Okay, good. They didn't make us wait through the night before they get to the plot.
I beg your pardon. Yippee Yappa. That's the name of the town. Oh. Mr. Crofton, have you noticed that this is an entirely different crew than was aboard the Banos when we came down to South America? There's nothing unusual about that. Most of these freighter crews are made up of drifters. What about Captain Gano? He didn't impress me as being a drifter. In fact, he told my wife and I to enjoy our vacation and he'd see us on our return trip.
Fred, will you come here a minute, dear, please?
I
you
sure
too,
hope
Mr.
the turtle,
Crofton.
like, saves the entire movie.
Good morning, Mr. Dills. Mr. Crofton.
Good morning, Captain.
Oh no, the turtle's full of anthrax.
What is it, dear?
Something very strange, Fred. This is the same cabin we had before, isn't it?
Yes, of course. You know it is. Why?
Have you noticed anything different about it?
No.
Well, when we came down to South America, the porthole in this cabin was on that side of the door. Look, right about here.
Oh, that's ridiculous, Kate. They don't go around changing the portholes.
No, dear. I tell you, I am positive. Now, listen, Fred, if you'll just try to remember, when we'd go to bed, it was usually very warm, and we always left the porthole open. Then, during the night, it always turned cold, and I had to get up and close it.
By golly, Kate, you're right. The wind used to whistle through that porthole right across my back.
Yes. And I always had to get up and close it.
Are you both sure about this?
There's just no
Just
doubt
calmly
about
calling this guy an asshole.
That's where it was.
While
right
making sure that
there.
everyone understands something is
I don't
wrong.
understand this, Mr. Crofton. Neither do I.
They were able to find a sister ship to the one that sunk.
I guess.
Father, are you up?
That has slight design differences.
Captain,
That's
could you tell me
weird.
which cabin is Mr. Kroll's?
Mr. Kroll is staying in the cabin next to yours, Miss Yeager.
Thank you.
Please don't be frightened, Miss Yeager, but I must talk to you.
I was told this was Mr. Kroll's cabin. Please let me go.
I can't. I've got to talk to you. Now, please trust me, Miss Yeager.
What do you want to talk to me about?
I don't exactly know. Mr. Kroll is dead. He was killed in the Los Rios Hotel by a man by the name of Clegg. Now, I don't know why he was killed, but I do know that you and your father are in trouble.
Yeah.
When I boarded the ship, Captain Tregner asked me if your father was at all suspicious.
I'm suddenly a detective.
What's...
Yeah! No. Good old misogyny. This is totally okay.
I don't like doing this, Miss Yeager.
I mean,
you've got to listen to me.
He's on.
Did you talk to Mr. Kroll yet?
No, he is very busy right now.
What do you mean?
Oh, do not let it worry you. Bring Mr. Yeager to my cabin.
Yes, but don't you think you better talk to Mr. Kroll before you talk to Mr.
Mr. Perro.
Oh no, do I need to explain the birds and the bees to you?
To my cabin.
Yeah. Okay. Just pick him up and carry him.
Wake up.
What do you want?
What are you doing in my cabin?
Get dressed. Captain Tregner wants to see you.
Darn.
What for?
I don't know, but Captain doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Almost at the halfway point.
Perro.
Is it
I still don't know what's happening.
I only know it's happening because I read the description on IMDb.
Yes.
Oh.
I thought it would be
You know what
explained
this is.
sooner.
Well, yes, it's quite obvious. This is a map of the Panama Canal.
That is right. You are looking at a map of the most valuable little strip of water in the entire world. Do you have any
Oh, I
idea
can actually see
how
the
many
scar
more
in his
miles
face.
the Banos would have to travel from Guayaquil to New York if it were not for this little strip of water?
No, I haven't.
7,405 miles. And it saves ships going from Alaska and the west coast of the United States to the east coast 7,873 miles.
Quite aware of the great value of the Panama Canal.
So is the United States. That is the reason why this man-made ditch is the most carefully guarded place on the face of the earth.
I dare say what you say is true, but why are you telling me this?
I would like to have your opinion.
Do you think we can steal it?
Do you think it is possible to destroy the usefulness of the Panama Canal?
I really wouldn't know. Oh, Captain Tregner, surely you haven't gotten me out of bed to discuss the Panama Canal.
Yes, I have, Doctor.
We have a heist planned, and Doctor, I want you to be part of our team. Cue the montage of assembling the team to steal the Panama Canal.
Yeager, I will show you something I am sure you will find very interesting.
Fake Panama Canal. We're gonna leave there when we take the real one.
Miss Yeager, you must believe
Oh man, and then one of their team was the guy that guy is impersonating.
Have any further use for his, so I
Totally not going to work. They won't be able to pull off the
If you let
heist.
me leave this cabin immediately, I'll call for the captain.
Miss Yeager, that would be a very big mistake. Yeah. Take this. Now, will you believe it?
It's out of bullets.
Now, do you know
Don't worry.
any reason why Clegg would kill Kroll?
Oh, yes, I do, but I don't know what to do. Only I could talk to my
that she was gonna
father.
accidentally pull the trigger there.
Go get him. I'll stay here.
Go approach your father while holding a gun. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, would you mind leaving that with me?
Be kind of weird if you walked out there holding it. Awesome.
For a second there, I thought he was going to shoot her. Daddy?
I was awakened by a burly sailor in the middle of my sleep.
Not your dreams again, Daddy.
Reminded me of your mother.
Here we have coffee and cocoa. Coffee for the American adults and cocoa for their children. The Americans do not allow their children to drink coffee, Dr. Yeager.
You're making
Probably
Yeah, that's what you think.
I am no doctor.
Of course you are not. You would not know any more about setting a broken leg than I would.
Then why do you...
Please. I know who you are, Dr. Yeager.
Oh, the most
Why did you
famous
bring me
mixologist, Dr. Yeager.
To show you something you understand a great deal about.
We want you to make a coffee-infused vodka. Wait, Jaeger isn't vodka. here. We have a secret ingredient back here for you.
Deer. Live deer.
And I was trying to think of what the noise a deer makes.
Now, this is a little more on your line, is it not, Dr. Yeager? Now, do you know why we went to so much trouble to get you here?
You have an entire brewery down here.
You intend to destroy the Panama Canal.
Oh, give it the runs.
You.
Ooh.
No.
I shall mixologize the ultimate laxative.
Oh.
Bring me the coffee bean. You will lose your shit and be awake when you do.
No, Doctor, I can wait no longer. I assure
The rivers
you
will run
nothing
brown
by
and then red.
refusing. I must have your answer.
And then
Panama
brown
Canal will
again.
be blocked for 17 days.
You are a very foolish man, Dr. Yeager. You are sacrificing your daughter's life for no purpose. Perhaps if we spoke to your daughter.
And that's what they needed to do. Give the Panama Canal a laxative, and that would have fixed it.
My daughter grew up in Germany. She's very familiar with death. She was only a child when Hitler came to power.
Are these secret Nazis?
I am not interested in listening to your daughter's biography.
In 1953, secret Nazis?
That my daughter is
Nah.
not so highly attached to her life that she would not willingly sacrifice it to
I have tried to explain, Doctor, by sacrificing your daughter's life, you saved nothing. Even if you refuse to cooperate, we will still carry out our plans successfully.
I doubt that very much, Captain. The atom bomb in the hold of this ship cannot be detonated by striking a match. This is a very delicate,
you need a hammer.
Complex mechanism.
I know that, Doctor. That is why you are here, to serve as the match.
Possibly you do not know that only a handful of scientists worked on the project which developed that bomb. Only one of these men would know how.
Did Dr. Maloff work on this project with you?
Yes, yes, I do.
As I said before, we are prepared for any eventuality. If you refuse, Dr. Maloff will take your place.
But Dr. Maloff is in Russia.
No, he also has taken a very long trip recently. If you refuse, we will contact him, and he will be on board the Banos in a matter of hours.
Cool, let him do it.
So you see, Doctor, the canal will be destroyed, regardless of your decision. But your daughter is so young and so
You're gonna
very
die either
beautiful.
way.
Yeah.
It would be a pity to sacrifice her life for no purpose.
I mean, your daughter's gonna die either way, too.
Can I speak to my daughter alone? Just a few minutes?
Very well, Doctor.
I mean, that dude in the other cabin can slip your daughter the gun again, and then slip her, you know, a gun afterwards, and then.
As far as Captain Scarface thinks, he did slip her a gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He could do it again, and then you know, he'd have a secret gun. Because this is back before you'd expect chicks to have secret guns.
Secret chicks with secret guns.
Where have you been? I've been so worried about you.
Talking to the captain.
It's been a while since somebody got shot.
Sit down.
I feel like the movie is losing its quota.
Father, Mr. Kroll has been killed.
What?
There's a man in the next cabin using his passport. His name is Sam Wilton. He said that we were in great danger and he must talk to you.
I must talk to Mr. Wilton.
I'll go with you.
No, Ilse. I must talk to Mr. Wilton alone. Now, you go to your cabin. And I'll meet you there later.
Why can't I go too?
Please, Ilse.
Because I don't want you to know about the nuclear bomb. Wait. What?
Mr. Wilton? Yeah, Sam Wilton. Come in. Now, look, Mr. Yeager, I'm in a bind. Any minute there's going to be a knock on that door, and Captain Tregner and I are going to have a chat, and I'm not going to know what to say because he thinks I'm Kroll. Now, your daughter seems to think that Kroll was a very good friend of yours.
I have found out Kroll was not a friend of ours.
Who was Kroll?
obviously a communist agent.
Oh, it's communists.
Oh, are they secret Russians?
Secret
Where do you
Russians.
fit into all this?
Mm.
Mr. Wilton,
We're out of the era of
there is
secret
an atomic
Nazis and we're
bomb
into the era of
in
secret
the hold of this
Russians.
ship. That is why I am here.
We've never been out of the era of secret
This voyage
Nazis.
is to destroy the Panama Canal. Oh, I thought I had news for you.
Reality just hurt for a second there,
You gotta
man.
tell me all
I'm
about
sorry.
yourself, Kroll. Now give it to me fast. But I don't know where to begin. Well, where did you meet Kroll? I met him in Sverdlovsk 3 months ago. Sverdlovsk? That's in Russia, isn't it? Yes, that's in the Ural Mountains. I escaped from there. Or at least I thought I had escaped from there 2 weeks ago with the help of Kroll. Was your daughter in Russia with you? No. I met Ilse in San Brejo. It was the first time in 8 years that I've seen her.
Oh, okay. It's like I just met my daughter.
Just met my daughter for the first time in South
There is a
America.
large atomic plant in Sverdlovsk. And I was...
I adopted her at the age of 32.
I'm a very sick man, Mr. Wilton.
She was a poor orphan.
Kroll came to me, and he said he could help me to escape.
Abandoned by her last parents 18 years ago.
You know, Mr. Wilton, scientists can be very stupid sometimes. As I look back now, that whole escape was all so simple. I should have realized. I should have known it.
Where is your father, Miss Yeager?
I don't know.
You jump ship. You jump off the edge.
Just couldn't take it anymore.
Are they making out in there?
It is apparent that you have lied to me from the beginning, Mr. Kroll. Captain Trainer is coming. Mr. Wilton, my daughter's life is in your hands.
I thought you wished to speak to your daughter, Dr. Yeager.
I have already spoken to my daughter, Captain. But I also had a few things to say to Mr. Kroll.
Then perhaps you have reached your decision?
Yes, Captain, as you say. I have nothing to gain by refusing.
Oh, they got the urinal right there next to them.
Yeah. In case the flute music plays.
Father!
Mr. Kroll, you had better take Miss Yeager into her cabin.
Where are you going?
Now, you haven't anything to worry about, Miss Yeager. Captain Tregner and your father have something they want to talk over.
Ilse, you go with Mr. Kroll. He'll explain everything to you.
Oh, that got awful loud there.
Have you ever been through the Panama Canal, Mr. Kroll?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, it's too bad you were leaving us at Balboa. The canal is worth seeing. You know, Mr. Kroll, men and countries have been talking about destroying the Panama Canal ever since it was first
Better do it while you can.
But nobody has ever been able to figure out a way to do it. Now it will be done.
Captain, are you sure your crew can be trusted?
Communists want to destroy the Panama Canal.
Every man under my command is aboard the ship because he wants to be here. You do not distrust men who volunteer for a certain death, Mr. Kroll. How many Americans believe enough in their country to volunteer for a suicidal mission such as this? Very few, Mr. Kroll. Very few. Americans set much too high a value on human life, especially their own.
Mr. Kroll, would you be willing to sacrifice your life for the cause you believe in?
Yeah, sure.
I would.
Yeah.
The Banyas will arrive at Balboa about 10 o'clock Tuesday morning. And there, Mr. Kroll, is where the Banyas will have to pass the big test. Because at Balboa, they searched the ship from stem to stern. But I doubt very much if they will find anything. Once past Balboa, it is merely a matter of hours. Through the locks at Miraflores. Through the locks at Pedro Miguel. Then Gatun Lake. And then the key to the entire canal. Gatun Locks. Gatun Dam. And the most powerful hydroelectric station in the world.
Just keep pretending like I understand what you're talking about.
Is that from the Tara, Captain?
Yes, there has been a slight change in the plans.
What do you mean?
We will meet the Tara off Cabos Corrientes as we had planned if Dr. Yeager had refused. But instead of Dr. Malov coming aboard the Banos with us, you, Mr. Kroll, and Miss Yeager will go aboard the Tara.
What time do we meet the Tara, Captain?
11 o'clock tomorrow night. Something troubling you, Mr. Kroll?
Oh, no, not really. I just don't like changing plans.
Well, sometimes a change in plans is necessary. And of course, you and Miss Yeager will be safely aboard the Tara, whereas we on the Banos, well... May the last trip of Captain Tregner on the Banos be their most successful.
Blow up the Panama Canal. Like a real communist. I can't.
Please, Miss Yeager, stay in your cabin.
I can't. You
That's
have
what
to
I
tell me where
said.
my father is.
Please go to bed, Miss Yeager. I assure you that everything will be all right. You've got to stay in your cabin. I'll see you in the morning.
We'll walk real slowly so that I can be extra intimidating.
Oh, that won't be necessary, Peril.
Captain's order, Mr. Kroll. He doesn't want Miss Yeager to talk with the rest
Stay
of
away
the
from
passengers.
these sailors. They're weird.
Yes, I guess the captain's right.
That's a fair statement.
Good night, Mr. Kroll.
Getting some vibes from that guy.
Even though we're fellow
Yeah?
passengers, I'd like
What
it
kind of
better
vibes?
if you knocked before you came into my cabin.
Sorry. Do either of you men know how to run a ship's radio?
Yeah, I can handle one. Why?
Unless we make contact with another ship, none of us will be alive when we reach Balboa.
Cool. Thanks, random stranger. We're down 17 bananas.
No.
Fred, do you think they'd mind if I picked a few bananas?
Yes, I think they would, Kate.
There's more than 17. Oh God.
Fred, are you going to answer
Where's
me?
the turtle?
What did you say, Kate?
Nothing,
Yes.
dear. Nothing at all. What in the world is
They're
wrong
not
with you
yours.
this morning? Well, you're acting
Here
as...
comes Mr. Crofton.
Well, what's so earth-shaking about that?
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, morning. Say, do
Never
you
mind,
think
I see
they'd
why he
mind
is
if
the
I
way he
picked
is.
a few bananas?
I don't think so, Mrs. Dills.
I don't either. Could you do something about cheering my husband up? My goodness, he's been in the dumps all morning.
Yes.
I'll try, Mrs. Dills.
Haven't you told your wife anything?
I didn't think there was any point in having her worried, too. I don't suppose you had any luck sending out a message.
Where's the turtle? I am only concerned about the turtle.
I went to the radio room a half a dozen times last night. They keep it locked. Where's Wilton?
I think he's in the captain's cabin.
Have you seen the girl?
No. One of the crew took some food to her cabin a little while ago. What are we going to do, Mr. Crofton?
I don't know, Fred.
Oh, finally.
Fred. Oh, you almost made me drop this.
Well, it wouldn't be much loss if I had. We'll be in our cabin, Kate.
We're all gonna die. Oh.
Would you mind if I picked a few of the bananas?
So she's gonna put
I'll
some
only take the
bananas
very
in the
ripe
turtle.
ones.
Just need to feed my turtle. Pick up the knife. Take the knife. Okay.
Why don't you take off your coat? At midday, this cabin is hotter than the boiler room.
And this made it into the movie.
Mr. Kroll, this is a new suit. You bought it in Sombrero.
His
That's
gun's
right.
gonna
What
fall
about
on the floor.
Nothing. But I would think you would have had too much on your mind while in Sombrero to bother buying a new suit. You were only in Sombrero one day, Mr. Kroll.
Needed a new suit.
Why?
Mr. Perro worries about everything, Mr. Kroll.
So I see. I bought the suit because I sent my luggage down ahead with the Jaegers. Left me only one suit, the one I was wearing. After seeing Clegg, the suit wasn't very presentable. Had a round hole right here in the sleeve. I figured it might make the customs men rather curious.
Does that ease your mind, Mr. Perro?
You got shot? The more I look at its face, the more I love it.
Mr. Crofton, if we...
Fred, how many times do I have
Long
to tell you to
banana.
call me Everett? You know, I bet you never call anybody by the first name unless they're a blood relative.
I'm not quite that bad, Everett. I was thinking if we... That was Kate. Kate! Kate! Mr. Crofton, what has happened to her?
She's all right, Fred. She probably fainted.
I was wondering why our lines weren't really lining up.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, no, the turtle!
Probably a fer-de-lance. Crofton, give me a
Got
hand.
bit
Let's
by
go to
that
the
snake,
cabin.
it's fine.
Crow. Let Mr. Diltz and Mr. Crofton take a tour at cabin. I think it would be wiser if you remain here and find the fer-de-lance. You two men there, you could also help to look.
Man. I thought that turtle was going to be a MacGuffin that saved everything.
Oh, no.
It is a fer-de-lance, Mr. Crow?
Banana snake.
Where do you go now?
To see if there's anything I can do for Mrs. Diltz.
What happens to Mrs. Diltz does not concern us. Besides, we have not yet finished eating.
Take the... Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just finished it right then.
Mr. Perro, please roll up Mr. Kroll's sleeve. I would like to see how
Oh
badly
no,
he
you have
was
to take
hurt
out
by
sailor
Mr.
vibes
Clegg.
there.
I'll roll up my own sleeve.
Remove the bandage, please.
You heal very quickly, Mr. Kroll.
Look, Captain, no more games. Let's have it. What's on your mind?
A considerable number of things. It is very odd that you knew Mrs. Diltz was bitten by a fer-de-lance just from the marks on her face, even before you ever saw the snake. And I noticed that you handled and carried a machete just like a native. Other things bother me, too. Mr. Perro, have you noticed that Mr. Kroll is very brown? Perhaps he has spent more time in South America than he has in Russia.
Machetes.
Who are you, Mr. Kroll?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe it.
Tell me anyway. Who are you, and why did you come aboard the Banos?
My name's Sam Wilton.
A good American name.
What happened to Mr.
That was quite the punch, I guess.
Mr. Perro has just asked you a question.
Clegg killed him.
Is Clegg still alive?
Why don't you pull the string on that thing and
And
get this
punched
over
you
with?
very
I
gently in the
intend to,
face.
Mr. Wilton, but not until I've asked you a few more questions.
I can ask all the questions you want, but you won't get any answers.
Captain, Mrs. Diltz is dying. We've got to get a doctor.
Oh, that would be a waste of time, Mr. Crofton. Mrs. Diltz will be dead within an hour. Mr. Kroll tells me that a fer-de-lance is...
I don't care what Mr. Kroll tells you. I insist that you radio Buenaventura and have a doctor flown out. He can be here in
Yes, But I am the captain of the Banos, Mr. Crofton. And I'm not sending for a doctor. Now, please, go back to your cabin.
And your wife has to die.
Mr. Wilton, are you prepared to give your answers now?
Are you prepared to give your answers sexually?
There's no use doing that anymore,
Now,
Fred.
you know, the thing this movie
dead,
doesn't understand.
Isn't she?
Oh.
Where are you going, Fred?
If the captain had sent for a doctor, Kate would still be alive.
I know, Fred, but you've got to stay here.
No, I'm going to see the captain.
Look, Fred, I know how you feel.
Let me go.
Think of something.
Let me go.
Look, Fred.
No, she wouldn't, man.
And now, Mr. Wilton, what happened to Mr. Clegg?
My wife is dead.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Mr. Dills, but there's nothing I can do about it.
My wife is dead. You killed her. You did it. You wouldn't send for the doctor.
Take every man and search his ship from stem to stern. Bring that man back here.
Yeah.
All hands! All hands!
You couldn't have gotten that far.
Okay. The implication here was that she was looking out the window at the ship that she's on riding by.
Yeah, she's a clairvoyant.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole subplot they had to cut for time.
Subplot of a boat movie?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was a big problem after the 1940s. I guess you could call it a U-plot. It was before they called it a subplot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's more snakes in there.
They haven't found him
would
by
be
now.
amusing.
I bet he's not still aboard ship. You know what? They're still looking for him.
Turns out this is a
I think
prequel
I'll
to
go
Snakes
down
on a
and see if I
Plane.
can get
It's
into
Snakes
that
on a
radio.
Boat.
Fred, if you... Fred.
Could you cause a distraction? Use your suicidal remorse to help me out? Make a distraction?
Maybe you should have
At
paid
the cost of your own
$25
life?
for the turtle.
Yeah, yeah, if only he would have saved more money.
Go back to your cabin, Mr. Crofton.
Have you found him yet?
No, but we will. Please go back to your cabin, Mr. Crofton.
I'll shoot you in the dick.
When are we going to take care of Crofton and Dills?
We will take care of them after we have found Wilton.
I mean, what do you expect to run out of bullets? You could just do it now. Just poop you. Or you could just throw them off the side, I guess.
Thought he was gonna pick up the severed snake head. Oh.
Down here.
It just ran and attacked him?
Crofton to go to my cabin. There's a
Banana
gun
jumped
in my
out at
bunk.
him.
If he can make it, he may get a message on it.
They're coming this way. They'll find you, Mr. Wilton.
Get down.
My wife is dead, Mr. Wilton. Goodbye, Mr. Wilton. I wish you and Mr. Crofton luck.
No.
Going to kill him with the surrender trigger. I'm gonna go John Wick on him. Why?
Mr. Wilton wasted much of our time.
But he will waste no more, Captain. We better radio the Tara, not to wait for Mr. Crow.
Not yet. We still may have need for Dr. Maloff.
Why, Captain?
You are not very bright, Mr. Barrow. I will have to have a talk with Dr. Yeager before we radio the Tara. Would you like to have some more food sent down, Dr. Yeager?
Okay. Okay.
Is my daughter all right?
Well, naturally, she is worried about you, but of course, only you can save her life.
Could I speak to Mr. Kroll?
You mean Mr. Wilton? Yes, we have found out all about your friend, Mr.
Dastardly
Wilton.
communists.
He is dead, Doctor. He tried to escape. And so, if you will still agree to serve as the match, Mr. Perro, my first mate, will leave the Banos at Balboa with your daughter. And he will release her the moment he receives word that the bombing has taken place. If you refuse, you and your daughter will be killed, and Dr. Maloff will take your place. Well, Dr. Yeager.
Yes.
All right.
A very wise decision,
that
Dr.
fast?
Yeager. You will not see
fast
me
as a
again
doctor
until we
could get
reach
here?
Gatun Lodge. Then I will join you, and we will... You and I will be blown to eternity together.
Go out and blaze of nuclear hellfire together. Oh, same thing.
Now, Mr. Perro, we can radio the Tara. You men, start moving the cargo.
Are you sure Yeager will still go through with it?
Positive.
When are we going to take care of the passengers and the girl?
In the morning, in the morning. We have done enough for one day. Mr. Perro, I am going to turn in. You will stay here until the cargo is moved, then take over on the bridge.
Good thing you don't need any sleep.
First mates don't get sleep.
Be very quiet, Captain. Remember you said I handle a machete like a native. Where's your gun? And whisper.
No.
The pillow.
It's a very handy place for a gun. Take me to Dr. Yeager.
That would be very difficult to do.
Take me to him anyway. Get up.
They keep a fake gun under the pillow. You forget to ask where he keeps the bullets.
If you want to see Dr. Yeager, you have a lot of work to do.
There's no riddles, Captain. Where is he?
Behind the cargo, there is a section built into the side of the ship.
Okay, you know exactly where it is. Start moving the cargo, Captain.
You are being very foolish, Mr. Wilton. We'll be in Balboa before I could possibly remove all this.
Get started. What happened to the original Banyas?
It was torpedoed and sunk a week before you came aboard at San Brejo.
How come no one knew about the sinking?
That was Mr. Clegg's contribution. He was the radio operator aboard the original Banos. So no message was
Makes
sent.
sense. Okay.
And there were no survivors to tell about it except Mr. Clegg.
You made this ship look enough like the Banyas to get it through the Panama Canal without suspicion.
That is right.
Quite a plan, Captain. Quite a plan.
That was a pretty good move. Punch like a communist.
The most effective way to use a machete, throw it across the room.
Like a native.
Well, there he has the upper hand now. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like a native.
He got some velocity on that sucker.
I thought you were dead. I heard shots last night. I'm all right. Are you sure you know how to operate a ship's radio? Sure I do. Wait, that's down that way. I want to take Miss Yeager with us.
Okay, you and me, we gotta murder the whole crew now. You got this. You were a veteran, right?
In a couple of hours, we'll be out of the woods.
No, I just use ham radio on the weekends. Like,
no, seriously, shut up.
Take over. Lock the door.
Who's this guy?
Never mind.
Throat punched.
I'm gonna tie up this communist. Put your gun at him.
Oh, watch the daughter be a secret Russian plant or Nazi or something.
Secret Russian Nazi. We don't have time for that level of plot.
I mean, the results would be the same.
Well, won't be long now.
Who'd you contact?
I hit the jackpot.
Many hours later, when they're done translating, then some P-51s are going to show up and just strafe the boat and sink it.
It'll be all right if we went ashore now, Commander.
Certainly, Weldon. There's
They're
nothing
going
more
to
for
shoot
you
the
to do.
nuclear weapon and detonate it on accident. You're a hero and also still a criminal. See you later.
Oh man, that one guy had his bayonet fixed on his rifle. He's expecting some close quarters combat there on the ship.
Might have to throw that. Bayoneted somebody.
The end. A Lincoln production released by Astor Pictures Corporation. Brought to you by Marlboro.
Oh my.
And the real star of the movie, Manuel.
Manuel. Yeah, Manuel really was. Manuel took the money and left the movie.
He's my favorite character.
I think he was the most character. I see why this had a 4.7, and I'm going to agree with that score.
Yeah, 4.5.
It's just such a weird lack of plot in movies from around this era.
Wait, hold on. I'll bring the rest of my commentary about this movie to you tomorrow at 11 p.m. along with the money.
Alright, tune in tomorrow at 11 p.m. to see me get my $3,000 and hear the rest of the commentary about this movie. Good night, everybody.
I'm going to shoot you instead. Good night, everybody.
Don't you dare beat that last Dracofunk.